Hey guys, just a quick video just to show you some really cool things you can do with the 3 key. Basically, the 3 key has kind of the most options for any optical drive emulator for the PS3 to choose games. A lot of people think that because it comes with the screen, you can only choose games from the screen. That's not true. There's a little config file where you can muck around with the settings. This little line here says menu ISO, so you can choose Y, S, N, or 3. Y means ISO menu is on, S means it's a static one, which means you can pre-compile it, off means you're going to use the screen, and 3 means PS3 extras, which I'm going to show you first. There's also resume last, so as soon as your hard drive detects, it'll load the last ISO that you played. And then there's also the Wi-Fi dongle as well, which I can hopefully show you. So first I'm going to show you if it's set to 3. So basically you just type that in there, save the file, put that 3key.cfg file on your USB stick or hard drive, and update your 3 key with that. And what you'll then kind of see on the screen is as soon as your hard drive is detected, if you go to the games section, you'll see a little 3 key icon there, and you'll see your games on there. So it'll kind of rip out the data from the ISO, and yeah, if you click on it, it will allow you to kind of scroll through and choose a game. So I've got a lot of just homebrew applications here, but just to show you how it works, you click on it, it plays kind of like a non-existent little video. You just click back, go back to the disk, and without getting up, you can click remove disk. You just give it about 5 seconds, it unmounts that kind of ISO, and it will load the game that you chose. Give it a sec. Ta-da! Now just ignore the fact that I've got package files here. I've also got custom firmware on my PS3, but of course you don't need custom firmware or your keys to install the 3 key. A lot of people think that because you initially needed it, that you still need it now. That's not true. It's simply you have the option, if you have your keys for your drive, for it to be a full drive emulator versus a partial drive emulator, which is what the new version of the 3 key without the keys, the Cobra and the E3 is. Alright, so that's it there. If you want to choose a different game after you kind of exit back to the menu, it's as simple as just clicking remove disk, and the 3 key loops back and automatically loads that disk again. So as I said, you're in an endless loop of loading this disk. You can also, I think I found this by accident, I'm sure it's documented somewhere, but you can also choose the video library. It actually kind of lists them just down here like that. So these are all just kind of custom pictures, but if there were ISOs of games, you would actually see I got one real game on here, which is that one there. So you could choose that, for example. It would play that little video for a second, go back, click on remove disk, go back to the main menu, and you will see in a second there's the game there. So click on it and it runs. Nice and simple. Just to show you how easy it is to make that file, it's not dynamic, it's a static file. So if you were to add a new ISO, it's as simple as just clicking Manager ISO on the ISO Tools program, choose your drive letter, click OK, and literally just sit there and create an unstealthed ISO. It's a homebrew ISO, so it has to be unstealthed, and that's it. So as I said, it's static, it's not going to dynamically pull data from your disk. So you just have to do that every time you add an ISO. Alright, so the next one I'm going to show you is the ISO menu. So this is a dynamic menu that requires the least amount of maintenance, I guess. So if you go to data, it'll automatically load a data disk when it finds your hard drive. Click on it. It'll say about, which just gives you information about your 3 key. If you don't have the screen, then it'll show your hard drive, and it'll list every ISO you have on your hard drive. So let's click a game here. It has a kind of little JPEG called eject to load. Click on that just for a split second, then just go back, back. Click remove disk, and it will magically load your ISO there. So as I said, this is dynamic. So if you get a new ISO on your hard drive, it's going to automatically pick that up. Oh wait, that's just a little extra disk there that it emulates. So that requires the least amount of maintenance and is good enough for most people if they don't want to keep on recompiling that disk. Third option I'm going to show is the ISO or menu ISO set to N for no, so it's going to turn it off. So if I just the normal method of if you have the screen, so you can click select game, choose your hard drive. You've got all your ISOs there. So I'll click an ISO. It says load PS3 disk. I already have a disk in there. Disk loading, and it's loading up the ISO. So this is a method that can't really doesn't rely on any hardware, any software hacks or anything. So this can't really be blocked, or it will be the hardest one to block, so to speak. No other optical drive emulator has a screen like this. So yeah, you got options to the most options with the 3 key there. So the last option is the Wi-Fi dongle. So that's a separate purchase. You don't need a screen for the Wi-Fi dongle, but you need a USB hub because you need the Wi-Fi dongle plugged into the 3 key plus a hard drive. So you need to put in your unique key, and then above that is my SSID and Wi-Fi password. To create the get all the pictures automatically, click Tools, ISO menu creator, and then it just I don't have my hard drive connected now, but it just pulls the data down from game title database. So I will show you what the screen looks like. So if you go to About, you can see it gives the IP address there. So all you need to do, there's apps on the Android and the marketplace for Apple and Android, but they suck. They literally have no features at all. The native browsing to the IP address is way better. So I've got my little IP address just saved there as a bookmark, and then you're presented with this interface here. This works on any mobile interface, so mobile phones, computers. I can do it on a computer if I want. Doesn't really matter. So cover wall, and it just loads up your images like that. If it doesn't find the cover art, it's going to say something like that. There's heaps of different options. If you go into settings, you can see you've got one-click load, cover wall titles, large items. There's heaps of things you can kind of customize, and this is all a free interface that's updated by the 3 key team, Mr. Waffles in particular. So you got games lists if you want. That just kind of lists them a lot smaller. You can sort by alphabetical last played, recently added games. You can set up favorites. If you're a collector, this is the ultimate kind of tool because you've got a kind of a web interface to your game. So to choose a game, it's as simple as say I want to play this game here. Click, and you'll see on the screen it's what it's doing. Bam, it's already loaded. So very cool thing. I didn't need to touch anything except my interface. I'm right next to my PS3, but of course, what does it say? I'm not sure it's going to focus, but it says game loaded, have fun playing. So yeah, you can be you can be 100 meters away from your PS3 and the game will load. So yeah, that's all the interfaces for the 3 key.